Hey everybody, Joe here, and welcome back to 360 Comics. If you caught my last video, you know that I traveled up to Connecticut this past weekend to attend the 3 Men in a Basement comic crawl. It was an amazing time, and I'm going to tell you all about it today, from the minute that I woke up until the minute I got home and went to bed. As always, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Follow over on Instagram, and of course, follow us on Whatnot. We'll be giving away this Star Wars #1 next week to a random Whatnot follower. And if you attend our first Whatnot live sale on Tuesday, March 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, one lucky winner will get this Wolverine #17 newsstand edition. All you got to do is purchase something from the sale. And stay tuned for both an Instagram and a YouTube giveaway coming soon. In my last video, I described the comic crawl as an experience, and I don't think there's a better word to describe this event. At first, I kind of saw it as, another convention. Kind of the same thing, but instead of it all being in one place, we were hopping from store to store instead of from dealer to dealer at a convention. But it was so much more than that. There was such a community-based social aspect to it. I met tons of awesome people. We got to chat about the thing that we all love, and it's just something I definitely want to partake in again. In my first video, I showed off the highlights, so if you haven't done so yet, check out that video in the link below. That was all the highlights from my haul, the best books. And in my next video, I'm going to have a nice little backing track going as I flip through all 600 plus books that I came home with. So stay tuned for that. But let's get into this right now, starting in the morning when I woke up. My alarm went off bright and early at 3:45 in the morning. And by bright and early, I mean pitch black in the middle of the night. I woke up, got a shower, got dressed, and headed over to my buddy Mike's house. He was going to be the one driving us, and of course, before we even left his neighborhood, we had to hit up the local Wawa, grab some coffee and some breakfast, and be on our way. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who aren't on the East Coast, Wawa is the greatest convenience store in the world, and you're missing out if you've never been there. That being said, we got on the highway and started making our way. The sun still was not up yet, so we were driving in the dark for a while, but there was not even like a hair of traffic on the road. There were times that we wouldn't see a car in either direction, which was awesome. We were able to fly up there, not literally, of course, but just avoiding any traffic. All right, we are en route to Connecticut for the 3 Men in a Basement comic crawl. We've been on the road since 4:30 this morning, coming up on the 2-hour mark. We got about another hour to go. And, as the sun started coming up, it kind of was setting in that we had a long, long day ahead of us, having been up far before the sun was up. All right, we are just a little over 5 minutes away from the first stop of the comic crawl. A little bit early, but glad we made it in good time. And when we finally got to the area, it took about 3 hours and 15 minutes, maybe 3.5 hours. We realized we were a little bit early and also had to go to the bathroom. So we made a quick pit stop and then made our way over to the first stop, which was called Brick House Comics. And it was like a warehouse type thing. I'm going to show you some videos now. We are rolling up to the first location. They open at 8 o'clock. We're a couple minutes early, but it seems like people are here. This one is, I believe, more of a warehouse kind of thing. We got Batman and Robin out here greeting us. Hey, guys. First stop of the day is Brick House Comics. Tons of half-price keys, dollar bins, and a really nice big wall. Pokemon stuff, too. Let me tell you guys what's better than full-price comics. It would be half-price comics, and a whole lot of them.
That first 1 through 20, I'm on, it's on 22 now. It's good. Close out.
We've got a really nice wall of books as well, with some medium and major keys, even some slabs up top.
Diego, Chicago.
And of course, my favorite place on earth, the dollar bin room. Probably a couple dozen long boxes full of dollar books, and I found some great stuff here.
Yeah, we're gonna do this real quick.
Stuff that's not ready for.
As you can see, this place had a really great mix of the higher end stuff that was on the wall, and there were a couple slab boxes as well. And then there was also those lower value back issues. And by lower value, you know, there were things as low as $5 in there, but there were also things up, you know, $50, $60, $70, $80. I didn't really see anything $100 plus in the back issue boxes. That stuff, I guess, was on the wall. But, you know, it was a great range of things from, you know, minor, medium keys, some low grade stuff that they had marked down due to the condition, and just a ton of stuff. There were, I don't even know how many boxes. And then there was a back room. You saw it with the dollar bins. You know I spent a lot of my time, probably about at least half the time that I was there was spent in that room. I went through every single one of the boxes in that room. Didn't get to all the boxes in the main room, but we had a great time there. It was so cool meeting a lot of people for the first time that I had spoken with on the internet, including the guys from 3 Men in a Basement. And, you know, the room was packed, as you could see. You know, it wasn't just people from the crawl either. This was open to the public, but certainly a good chunk of them were going to be attending the other couple stops along the way. Speaking of, we made our way out in the later part of the morning, and we headed over to the second stop. But on the way, of course, had to stop and get some food. We opted for some gas station snacks at Cumberland Farms, and of course, round 2 of coffee. We definitely needed it at this point already. And then we set off to that second stop, which was called Heroes and Hitters. Let's check it out. Our second stop of the day is Heroes and Hitters. Pretty nice store that's been around for 32 years here in Connecticut. The upper part of the store had a nice wraparound selection of back issues with the wall books up top as well. Auto.
Yeah, buddy, here we go.
Oh,
Frank's here, street
I see it up there, my favorite cover of all time. And you know I love it when the dollar bins are organized alphabetically and in bags and boards. As you can see, they packed as much stuff in this small store space as possible, but it was immaculately cleaned and organized, which you love to see in a comic shop because some of them are not so much. The owners were such nice people. In fact, when they were ringing me up, the owner took one of my books and said, "I'm really glad you found this." And I kind of thought like, oh, yeah, he didn't even know that I was really into that book. It was the Spectacular Spider-Man 101 with that John Byrne cover. But, you know, just a little personal touch to that. I think that's really, really great for a comic book store like that. I didn't buy too much here because I had overspent at the first location, but I definitely recommend this place if you're ever up in Connecticut. So then we got in the car again. We drove about 45 minutes to the next stop. It was a little bit farther away, and unfortunately, it was in the opposite direction of Philadelphia. So, you know, we were kind of driving away from home for this last stop, but it was definitely worth it. The place is called Sarge's in Connecticut, and we had a great time there. Let's check out some videos. Oops, I guess I didn't film at this location or the videos got deleted. I apologize about that, but here are some pictures that you can check out that other people took at the event. This store was cool. The upstairs was a pretty typical comic shop, had figures and things like that too, posters, all that stuff. But downstairs was their backstock room, stuff that they had not yet processed or sorted, collections they had bought over the years, and some stuff looked like it had been down there for possibly decades. The store definitely has been there for a long time, and their basement showed it. Now, they let us kind of go grab whatever we want, put it in boxes or a pile or whatever, and bring it up where the owner would give you a price. And we were told the price will be less than you think it should be. And It definitely was. I filled up one long box and two short boxes, and it was only $250. So that's less than $1 a book, maybe around 50 cents a book. Not really sure what it came out to exactly, but yeah, we got a crazy good deal. Now, normally we're not allowed in the basement, so don't go there thinking that, you know, you're going to get into Sarge's basement. It's a special event type of thing, so you got to attend the comic crawl. That's got to be a reason to go do something like this. We spent hours down there. I think we got there like early afternoon, 12:30, 1 o'clock. But, you know, we stayed there until like almost 5 o'clock. And it was just a digging fest. Everyone going through boxes, people going through boxes that were already gone through and still finding stuff that they wanted. It was absolutely amazing. And these guys have done the crawl there several times, and they're still finding stuff. I found tons of things that were great books. So, you know, the treasures definitely still exist hidden among the mess down there. It was such a good time. That was definitely my favorite stop, without a doubt, and definitely look forward to going back as well. Now, afterwards, I was thinking about going home. So was Mike, but we decided to stay because everyone was going out to dinner. We initially tried this one beer hall type restaurant. It's like German place, but they were packed and we couldn't get in. It was a Saturday evening, so that's understandable. So they suggested we go to a place called Taqueria, which was down the street. I don't know if they're like a related restaurant, same owner or something, but they suggested we go there. We did, and it was phenomenal. I got some plantain tacos as well as a fried avocado taco. Delicious. A+ food, definitely recommend it. And the atmosphere of the place was really cool too. So this was kind of like the final thing of the day. We all chatted about what we found and what we liked, and, you know, just got to connect with members of the community, take some pictures together, and yeah, it was just such a great cap on the day. Right around 6:30, we realized, hey, we got a 3.5-hour drive home. We better leave, and that's what we did. We headed out, and you know, pretty light on traffic, so it didn't take us very long to get home, with just one stop there on the way to refuel one more time for some final cups of coffee. And then we ended up making it home about 10:30 or so. I got home and I was exhausted. I was sore. I was about to fall asleep. It was hard for me to keep my eyes open on the drive home, and I only did so because I didn't want to be rude to Mike. But when I got home, I didn't want to do anything other than look through the comics that I got. I was so excited. So I told myself, all right, one short box. I'm going to go through one short box and sort things, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I did that. You know, took some bags off that were really dirty and got ready to put some new ones on, sorted the books out a little bit, and at that point, I was ready to pass out standing up. So I made my way upstairs, I laid down, and I passed out within probably seconds, slept for a solid 10 hours, and woke up the next morning like feeling like $1 billion, going downstairs and seeing all those comics I got and getting yelled at from my wife for bringing all those comics into our house just a few days before we move. But that's okay. It was such a great experience, one that I would do again, and I definitely recommend it. Stay tuned for that video, guys, on all of the books. It's going to be a fun one, especially if you like looking through things like that. And yeah, if you got any questions, hit me up. Hit the guys up from 3 Men in a Basement. And if you can make it out next time they have an event, I highly recommend it. Don't forget, like this video, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, follow on YouTube, follow on Instagram, and follow on Whatnot for the giveaway, of course. First Whatnot sale, Tuesday, March 1st, 2022 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you all there. There'll be a nice slew of books from, you know, cheaper stuff to expensive stuff, raws and slabs, Silver Age to modern, and it's going to be a good time. So I hope to see you there, and until next time, turn the page, wash your hands.